The countdown is on to the Junior Junkanoo Parade. An hour of code at local schools. And shoes of various sizes and colors at the big giveaway this week.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news, a date is set for Grand Bahamas Junior Junkanoo Parade. Officials and organizers are calling for public support for the youngsters who have dedicated their time and effort to the cultural show. The 19th Annual City of Freeport Council Junior Junkanoo Parade is all systems go for January 27th. District Superintendent Yvonne Ward says that schools from east to west are excited to present their various skills, their dances, music, and costumes.
It's a wonderful way, of course, to keep our culture alive, and it's the infusion of our children's talents in Grand Bahama. Their musical talents. We have the drummers, the cowbellers, the junkanoo dancers, and of course the pasting of those costumes. Okay, we know that there are many benefits from junkanoo in our schools. Our kids learn the culture. They learn how to work together as a team, build self-esteem. It builds school pride, and also, of course, not to mention the bragging rights for 1 year.
Chief Counselor Kendall Comer is urging residents to fill the stands come January and support the schools. He notes that Junior Junkanoo is a major way to preserve our culture, and we must continue to instill this tradition in the future generations.
We have to plant the seed in the young kids' head from a young age, and this is a good avenue for the kids. Like I said, we're always going to support you guys, and I hope everybody comes out and give 100% support for these kids, because Junkanoo is hard work. You know, it's a parade for an hour, 2 hours, but it's a year of preparation, so we need the community to come out and give the youngsters their support.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture also partnering to make this event a success. Minister Michael Pintard announcing that a change may be imminent for the parade in the future.
And we're even more excited about what is going to happen next year. Many of you would know that there are present discussions with the Ministry of Education with respect to looking at new dates for Junior Junkanoo. Many educators have expressed an interest in seeing Junior Junkanoo in a different time slot, which works in many ways for the ministry. And so we will be engaging all Junkanoo stakeholders so that we can take a look at the summer months for Junior Junkanoo, which in many ways would work for a lot of the practitioners.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority and the Office of the Prime Minister Grand Bahama hosting an hour of code at Sunland Baptist Academy and Jack Hayward High School on Monday with Alex Cameron. The hour of code started as a 1 hour introduction to computer science designed to show that anybody can learn the basics in the field of computer science. Undersecretary in the Office of the Prime Minister Grand Bahama, Harcourt Brown, says this joint initiative is a spin-off from the recent Tech Summit.
What you're doing today is basically something coming out of the Technology Summit. So I want to say on behalf of the Minister of State for the island of Grand Bahama and the Office of the Prime Minister, Minister Crazy Thompson, I want to encourage you to do the best that you possibly can do and to take full advantage. I mean, we want to also thank Alex for being here and for pouring into you.
The Hour of Code has become a worldwide effort to celebrate computer science, starting with 1 hour coding activities, supported by over 400 partners and 200,000 educators worldwide. Dr. Donovan Moxey, who was in charge of organizing the Grand Bahama Technology Summit, gave students advice on entering the field of technology and coding.
Depending on what you want to get involved with technology-wise, the world is open to you, and you want to make sure that you focus on your science and your mathematical subjects. If you do well in those things and you understand conceptually how science works and how technology works, then you can pretty much do whatever you want from a technology standpoint. One of the things we're working on is we're trying to make Grand Bahama the next technology hub, not just in the Caribbean and the Bahamas, but the world. So if you want to come back here and participate in the technology industry, you know, make sure you develop those math skills, those science skills, And you too can be the next generation of Bahamians that actually develop that next generation of software, whether it's gaming, whether it's analytics, whether it's graphics, things on the web, if you will. Those things are open to you.
The Barry and Sheena Johnson murder trial continuing in the Supreme Court. 3 men are accused of killing the couple at their home in September 2015. Italia Hall has the latest.
When the morning session began, Justice Estelle Gray Evans addressed the court, reading the minutes from Monday's afternoon session. During that session, Paul Belazar's attorney, Jeffrey Farquharson, told the court that he had to leave to catch a flight to New Providence and that he had to be to the airport at 5 p.m. She said Farquharson also noted that he will not be able to return to court until 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday. During Tuesday's morning session, Farquharson was not present to represent Paul Belazar, but Justice Estelle Gray Evans made the decision to continue on with the trial, and police witness Sergeant 772 Lorenzo Johnson was called in. But shortly after he was called in, attorney Carlton Sherlin, who's representing Kevin Dames, then asked for the jury to be dismissed. The trial then resumed around noon, and prosecutor Erica Kemp asked Sergeant Johnson to show his signature on the record of interview with Kevin Dames. The witness shared the interview with the jury, noting that he told Dames that he was suspected of giving the accused men a ride in a 2002 Nissan Maxima to a home in Deadman's Reef to get money. Johnson says Dames replied, "I must say that's what they say they were going to do." Sergeant Johnson said Dames also agreed to give a statement under caution and explained that he got a call from Alan Alsame asking him for a ride to Deadman's Reef. He said Dames then went to the home of Devon Hall to pick him up, as well as Paul Belazar, Alan Alsame, and Virgin Hall, and then dropped them off to a home in Deadman's Reef. Johnson said Dames also noted that they all had guns except for Alan Alsame, from what he was able to see. Sergeant Johnson said after the interview, Kevin Dames showed him a 2002 Nissan Maxima, which was registered to Sabrina Roll, which Kevin Dames said he used on the day in question. A DVD was then played, which showed a video of the interview between Sergeant 772 Lorenzo Johnson and Paul Belazar. During that video, Johnson told Belazar that he was suspected, along with others, of the murder of Barry and Sheena Johnson. Sergeant Johnson then asked Belazar if he wished to have an attorney. Belazar replied, "No, sir. I do not need an attorney because I did not shoot anybody." During that interview, Belazar also said that he did not like what happened and they did not go there to shoot those people. After the interview, he looked down at the document. He was then asked to sign the document by Sergeant 1843 Darrell Roll. Sergeant 772 Lorenzo Johnson is the prosecution's final witness as the trial winds down in the Supreme Court. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Italia Hall.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition continues in just a moment.